We are live. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in to our live webinar, How to Detoxify Your Body and Restore Your Health with live structured water in 30 days or less. And we have two amazing guests. So, for those of you who don't know me, I am Victoria Walker, one of the co hosts. I am from the Water Miracle team. And we also have, oh, sorry, I can hear a bit of feedback. So I need to find out where that's coming from. Just bear with me. Sorry, guys, can you put your mics on mute? One second. Yeah, can everyone put, Danton, can you put your mic on mute, please?
On mute.
Yes, please. There we go. Let me just double check where that feedback is coming from. Apologies, guys. We just want to make sure we've got. Oh, okay, I know what's going on. I think. Sorry, people. We will fix this. This is what happens when you do stuff live. This is what happens when you do stuff live. Let me just double check it's not. So we might have to start this one again, guys, because I can't figure out where this feedback. Okay, I got it. Sorry, I'm so sorry, guys. So this is what happens when we do live shows, right? It's live, so we are fine. I did have a tab open, which meant I was getting feedback. So let me get you guys back. Hello. Let's start this again. Welcome in, guys. Excuse the slight delay. I am going to check on my mobile device that we are live and kicking. And yes, we are. This is amazing. So thank you, everybody, for taking the time to be here. And I'm going to give you a brief introduction to today or tonight, whatever time zone you're in, what we're going to be sharing, which is some really important and vital stuff about how we can really manage and improve and restore our health by what we're putting into our bodies. I think we really take for granted often our bodies until they break down, and it's really about what we're putting into our body. And I know people concentrate a lot on food, which is very important. But one thing that we kind of overlook is we think all water is created equal. We look at water and think, okay, I'm drinking bottled water or tap water or boiled water. And one of the things that we forget is like our body is made up of, I think it's 80 or 90% water. I mean, we can survive without food, but we can't survive without water. It's a very important thing to our health. And we have two amazing guests. So obviously, you guys know Denton, whose story was shared, how he restored his health after being given 8 weeks to live, diagnosed with cancer at 42, prostate cancer, and had 8 weeks to live, given 8 weeks to live. And he was able to he's been in remission for 22 years. He didn't take any chemo or any harsh radiotherapy. And he's going to be sharing with us, one of the key things that he learned during his journey on how to restore his health. And then to my right, we have Andrea, who is an amazing, I call her like my fairy godmother when it comes to nutrition. Andrea teaches me so much. She's just like, yeah, if I'm ill, she's like my doctor. She literally is like, I would say, a genius when it comes to nutrition, health, and the things that we kind of can look at, especially natural, alternative, and complementary things we can use for our health. So I'm going to just give you guys a brief minute to say hello. You can unmute yourselves now. Now we've figured out where that feedback was coming from. And just say a quick hello and introduce yourself.
Yeah, hello. My name is Denton Wilson. I'm 66 years young. I've been in remission for over 20 odd years with prostate cancer, and it has been a journey, and I'm open to share that journey with you.
Fantastic. And Andrea?
Andrea Wallen, and I'm just if I can, I'm just going to give you a brief outline of how I came to be here, if that's okay.
Sure.
My son has autism, and when he was he got a form of childhood arthritis that led to him being hospitalized for 3.5 months. And during that time, he was over medicated, and I'll use the word grossly over medicated. Upon release, was told that we have to continue our hospital visits to to monitor all this residue what was in his body. Now, we started working with a private nutritionalist who helped us in various ways to help ourselves, to help my son to detoxify. And this is when I became very, very aware of the importance of drinking the right kind of water. I learned a lot about nutrition and a lot about what we can do to actually help ourselves to stay healthy and keep ourselves well. So, thank you.
Thank you. Brilliant. And I wanted to say, I mean, I came to learn about this again through my own health challenges. Early this year, I was extremely unwell. The doctors really couldn't figure out what was wrong. I was going for blood tests, I had swollen lymph nodes, and I basically just I couldn't get out of bed, no energy. I was staying in bed for like literally weeks, like not able to just do basic things. I was just very ill. And it was Andrea that said, "Okay, you need to try this water." And I'm like, "Okay, water? What's water gonna do?" Anyway, lo and behold, I tried the water, and within I'd say no less than like maybe 2 days of like drink, I was literally just drinking liters of it. I was fully back to my, even not even back. I was like so energized. I don't know if I was really dehydrated, but whatever happened, I have not looked back, and that's why I'm here and like so enthusiastic to share it, just because of my own journey and what I've experienced. Denton, would you like to share your experience as well with
Yeah,
detoxifying?
well, I mean, my experience is I used to eat a lot of junk food. I did all the wrong things, drink the wrong water, drink the wrong um, things that was offered, and so I didn't really know nothing about it. But until I had cancer, and I did a lot of research, and I looked at how I can defeat this cancer, how I can be on top of it really, given 8 weeks to live. And the research that I did, I knew that I was doing all the wrong things, and I had to radically change everything. No more fast food. Regarding red meat, I eat quite a lot of red meat. Used to, I don't do it anymore because I didn't know this. But with red meat, when you eat the red meat, it actually stays in your gut, and when it stays in your gut, it starts to fester, and all sorts of toxins will come out of that because you're not digesting it fully. It's there into your stomach. So it creates all these different elements of diseases, and end up could be cancer. So I decided to cut out red meat and eat white meat, which was chicken or fish, which it takes all the nutrients and cleans your body. But not only that, the water that I started drinking to me was a lifestyle really, because it basically detoxify my body. It flushes the body of acidic waste and toxin that was in my body. The benefit of Kangen water in your body. It deeply hydrates your body cellular level, right? Which I mean by this, you have your microcluster water, which is, say, normal tap water or bottled water. The microcluster are quite big. Now, when you drink alkalized live water, the microcluster is very tiny. It's as tiny as your cell. So when you drink that water, it suddenly quickly hydrates your body, and it gets to that cellular level where it starts to do some amazing things. So it returns your body to a homeostasis, increasing immunity and a disease fighting ability. This is what this water has. It's high in antioxidant, contained neutralized free radical, promotes better sleep, more energy, weight loss, support health and digestive, and the elimination of all the kind of bad things that's in your gut. improve athletics performances. That's what got me involved into being a natural bodybuilder, because of all those benefits this water has. And it's just water, but it's the kind of water. So not all water is the same. And I implement that with all my cancer fighting food, which is more alkalized. And I've never looked back. People were saying that I was aging backwards rather than going with, you know, getting older. And I feel that it's what you put inside your body, and I feel that that has actually helped me a great deal, in beating cancer. Um, is I I mean, I'm a living testimony that this works. Now, whether people want to make any comments or want to ask me any questions, I'm free. I'm available, free to answer any question. But I felt this was a godsend thing to actually have this water with a combination of healthy lifestyle and lifestyle, including training, because that is something that you need to do as well. And people neglect training and or neglect eating the right food and also drinking the right water, which I found that this water was a really good thing for me. You can see in the background, that's my machine. It's the Kangen machine, right? This is what I use, and I have my water every day. I wash my fruits, I cook with it, I make my drinks with it, right? And it has been with me for all that time. It's not nice when you've been given 8 weeks to live, and the doctor tell you that you're not got long to live, and give you 8 weeks. I had to do something. We know that in this day and age, some people living longer, but they're living longer with bad health. You want to live longer with good health, and
Mhm.
that's what happened with me. I'm living longer with good health and still look good for it. And I wanted to do a bit more. By I went into bodybuilding because it was a male dominated sport, and like I say, it proves athletics performances. This water, it gives you all the energy. You lose weight with this water. So when I entered competitions and things, I wanted to show people that cancer can be beaten, right? You can be on top of that. Yeah, you can do all the right things, and it's not going to harm you. It's something that this is the other alternative to any kind of medicine. I know it works for me. Other people have tried the water, and it's made a difference in their life. So I know the water has certain good health benefits because of the detoxify, the antioxidant that's in it, which neutralize, like I said, the free radicals.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go into a presentation, and then tonight we just want you to um, start just sharing the information about the water, and how it benefits everybody. So just bear with me. I'm going to put you. Oh, where have you gone? You still there, Denton? 1 second.
Victoria,
Mm-hmm.
I think I was the one that was going to do the actual slides.
Oh, right. Oh, were you? Okay. Okay, that's fine.
Yes.
So, no problem.
No.
We can we can get straight into it. So this part of the presentation, guys, and please stay till the very end, because this is information that you're very unlikely to hear from any other source. We're not really taught these things, and so this is like really valuable. And while we have it available, because we have been having some challenges in sharing this info for obvious reasons. So I just want you guys to really, take this information in and understand its value and importance. Whether you decide to use or buy whatever, that's not really our objective here. Our objective is to share the information. So I'll hand over to you, Andrea. Denton, obviously, I will definitely want to come back in at some point. But yeah, Andrea, I'm going to hand over to you for you to uh,
Okay, thank
for you to share. Okay.
Okay. Before the presentation, I just want to elaborate very slightly on how this water affected my son when he first started drinking it. Because, as I mentioned before, when hospital they told us we had to continue with the outpatient the visits for quite a while just to monitor the residue of the medication what was still in his body. This visits lasted for over 9 years. So we were continuing going backwards and forwards to the hospital until he was 12 and a half. When he was 12 and a half, because they were unable to stop his effects of what were happening in his body, we were asked about his hydration levels. I then went away and I sort of helping him to drink more water. We were giving him all different kinds of water, distilled, reverse osmosis, spring, bottled spring water, and he was still complaining about, in particular, his eyes were hurting. Then recommended to me that we get some kind of filtration system because the other waters, what he was drinking, was not having any effect on him. So I did a lot of research, and there's a lot of water filtration systems out there. I was invited to a Kangen water seminar. We went along to this seminar, and while you're at the seminar, they give you the water to drink. My son drank the water, and that night when he went home, he fell asleep within about half an hour. This was unheard of from him because I don't know whether it's because of his disability. He used to take about 3 hours to get to sleep and then perhaps wake up 3, 4 hours later. But that night, now this kind of blew me away. I asked my friend who is a GP, why would this happen? Water's water. Why would he sleep just like that? And he just said to me, your brain's made up of water, 80% water. You've given him some very high quality water, which enabled his brain to make his own melatonin, and then he slept. So, because of that reason alone, just to help, I bought one of these devices. And in a nutshell, he stopped complaining about his eyes and all the other things that he was complaining about. So now I'm going to sort of go through the presentation itself to explain to you a little. Kangen, the word kangen in Japanese translates to return to origin. They are using a device to return water, i.e., tap water, to what we used to drink. Well, our forefathers, ancestors used to drink thousands of years ago. Can I have the next slide, please, Victoria? Right, yeah. In around the world, we have several natural springs. Right there, we've named 6 of them. Now, what the scientists wanted to do is find out why, when people go to these particular places, they were experiencing these wonderful and amazing health. Can I have next slide, please? So they looked at the waters and they found that all of them had these 3 properties. Now, Kangen water, it's not a medicine or a medicinal water, but what it does is it just helps the body to do what it can do anyway, which is help itself. Can I have the next slide, please? Now, a bit more about the company. It's available in over 23 countries. In fact, it'll be more than that now. And the offices are in over 38 locations. Can I have the next one, please? Background about the company. But because of time, I'm not going to go through all of it, but you can have a quick look at it. So it's got numerous certifications. all again, you can have a look at the ISO accreditation. It's got the gold, and it's also got certifications by the Water Quality Association. And one of the very special ones, which I know about this water, is it's the only water device, of a medical device in Japan, and it's been used in their hospitals for over 45 years. Right, could I have the next slide, please? Now, a lot of doctors and scientists have said that the disease in the body is chronic dehydration, acidosis, and inflammation. The dehydration can come from anything because on a daily basis we're losing water through toileting, breathing, sweat. A lot of us, we're just not replacing this water, and it needs to be replaced, otherwise it leads to dehydration and we start drying out, and it's accumulative, so you're not always aware that you're dehydrated. Right, could I have the next slide, please? Right, back to the three amazing properties of the water. The first one is the antioxidation. The waters, what they tested in those natural springs, were very, very high in antioxidant. The second one is they were very, very high in alkalinity. And the third one, which Denton mentioned, which they are the water has reduced molecular structure. The molecules in the water, 4 to 6 per cluster. In tap water and in bottled water, they're about 15 to 20 molecules per cluster. Now, how this has been explained to me is that when you're drinking this water, the smaller molecule is more in a cell, and when it's in that cell, it can clean out anything in that cell what's not supposed to be there. Now, the larger molecules can only partially hydrate that cell, which then leaves acidity and other sort of nastiness to the cell. Next slide, please. Could I have the next slide, please? Oh, thank you. Right, this is a very sort of clear image of what the ORP, the oxidation reduction potential, actually means in the water. The ORP stands for oxidation reduction potential, as I've just said, but that's potential that this water has to reduce oxidation in your body. Now, most of us are eating foods what are adding oxidation to our bodies, and I know that most of us have heard of antioxidants. So obviously, like oranges, things, when we're eating things like that, it's taking away the oxidation from our bodies. The other side of that is a lot of us are eating a lot of takeouts nowadays, fast foods, and tap water. It's terrible to say, but tap water is oxidizing our bodies nowadays. So can I have the next slide, please? Right, this is another demonstrate antioxidation. If you take an apple and you cut it in half, you could just go to the toilet and come back, and the apple will have started to oxidize because it's a live food. So, one of the reasons why this water is not sold in the shops is because it's live water, and they are saying that the best way to have this water is to drink it straight from, because that's when you get the highest benefits from it. Because if you look on this image with the nail what is rusted is the nail what has been soaked in tap water. The nail what hasn't rusted is the nail what is soaked in live. So that's just goes to show you how it benefits your body. When you drink this water, it keeps you more alive and more healthy than a lot of the other waters out there. Have the next slide, please. Right, this gentleman is called Dr. Otto Warburg, and he received two Nobel Prizes for proving basically the root cause of why a lot of people, and he says that when you've got the right acid alkaline balance in your body, a lot of the chronic diseases what a lot of people are suffering from nowadays cannot survive. So again, because we're eating a lot of processed foods, um, a lot of people nowadays have moved towards the acidic side, whereas we need to get that balance in our bodies, and the higher the alkalinity, the better the health benefits of the person. Move on, please. Yeah, and in a nutshell, a lot of the foods and drinks what we're eating have a high sugar content, and even things like brown bread, things what you consider to be healthy, it's got quite a lot of sugar in it. So if we are eating these kinds of things on a daily basis, it's going to make our bodies a lot more acidic than it would naturally be. I'd just like to show you a very, very short video from this gentleman. His name's Robert White, and he is the managing director of the American, and his view on Kangen water. Thank you. I can't hear it. Can you hear it, Victoria?
Let me see if you can hear it now.
Okay.
But when you have cancer,
Can you
what
hear
you
it?
do virtually all of the time is important.
Yeah.
So diet is number one. You need to drink the right fluids, particularly the right water, particularly ionized water. You need to detox the body. You need to take the right supplements, and you need to exercise if you can. So those are 5 steps. They're more intricate than just 5 numbers. When we talk about water, I talk about Kangen water made by the Enagic SD501s. We've never seen anything like it, and we have studied it for years and years now. I have a listing of from people who have healed their own cancers using, healed their own immune systems. We have to be specific here. And their testimonials are legion now by using ionized water. And many will say, but Bob, it's only water. Well, no, it's not. Do the research, read the science. Everything that we recommend is steeped in science, and I can show you the research. Can't do that for chemo. Well, chemo is steeped in science. It came from mustard gas in World War I and World War II, and it was designed to kill people. That's the science it's steeped in. But I can give you the research and the science for ionized water. Dr. Jerry Tennant wrote a couple books on healing his voltage. That's what ionized water is. It has a negative charge on it, and you need that negative charge to heal your body. Without it, your cells do not, your body's electric. They don't have the energy to heal the body and use the other resources, whether it's the food, the hydration, supplementation, whatever, to bring that together in the cell to heal the body. So ionized water is steeped in science, and people miss it. That's why I say our 5 steps are too easy for people, too simple. And they say, well, okay, I know I need to drink water, but where's the pill, Bob? We're so just steeped in wanting the pill that people miss the simple things. And it is the simple things that will heal cancer. The right food, the right detox, the right water, the right supplementation, and exercise. You got to exercise somehow. You don't drain your lymph. If you don't drain your lymph, you're toxic, and you'll always be toxic.
Okay.
Right, thank you for that.
No problem. Okay, I'll go off.
Right, could I have the next one? Right, this gentleman is Dr. Hiromi Shinya. He invented the colonoscopy, I couldn't say that word then, and he wrote a wonderful book called The Enzyme Factor. Now, this gentleman is very highly esteemed in the medical world, and he treats very high profile people like kings and queens and many sort of the president of the what they call the A-listers of this world. Now, in his book, he wrote about Kangen water. Kangen water is alkaline rich water and is considered drinking water because of its incomparable powers of hydration, detoxification, and antioxidants. Now, this gentleman prescribes this water to his patients in his clinic. That is one of the examples what I'm going to give you of why water is so important to our overall health. Because as that gentleman said before, Bob Wright, detoxification is it's just so important because of the reduced molecules is able to reduce the antioxidants, spread the antioxidants throughout our bodies. Can I have the next slide, please? Right, this one I heard about, acid and alkaline. Again, I mentioned before, because our bodies are more swayed towards the acidic side, the more alkaline water you can drink, and the quickest way to get yourself back into that acid alkaline, alkalized water. And I'm going to sort of be more specific here, live alkalized water. Could I have the next one, please? The microclusters is the one that I've always found to be quite one to explain. However, this image here will give you sort of a more sort of clearer visual of how it actually works, because if you imagine, like I said before, a cell being let's just say, for instance, a cell was like 4 clusters, and you're sort of drinking a water made up of 15 clusters. It cannot go there. It's like trying to get a football through a chicken wire. It will not happen. So the smaller water, the more easier it is to enter the cell, clean it out, flush it out, and detoxify your body. Thank you. Can I move on for the next one? This one is like a very sort of, I find it quite funny actually, because it's like this gentleman here is dressed up in a suit which basically indicates that the chemicals what they are spraying on our fruit and veg cannot touch his skin. However, we are eating these fruits, what's heavily laden with uh, chemicals. I think one onion has about 32 different chemicals sprayed on it before we actually go to the supermarket and pick it up. And the reason why, the Kangen water machine has several settings on it. One of them is where it produces a very strong alkaline water, which is 11.5. When you soak your fruits and vegetables in this 11.5, the reduced molecules is able to penetrate the oil-based pesticides and lift it off of your fruit and veg. And that's what's demonstrated with this the two bowls. One of them has been soaked in tap water, the other one in the strong alkaline which turned yellow. Can I have the next slide, please? And again, this is just a slide to tell you what's been researched about consuming chlorinated water and how it affects your body. Can I have the next slide, please? Right, I think most of you will know that the human body is made up of mostly parts of the water, has different parts of the body, has different percentages of water. The brain is 80 to 90. Even our bones contains 22% water. So it just goes to show you that on a daily basis, water, we have to put it back in. And I know that they use this analogy with a lot of things. Like if you take a car to your station, if it runs on diesel and you put petrol in it, if it goes down the road, it's not going to go very far. You have to replace what's not carbonated drinks. It's not teas, it's not coffees, it's water. Next one, please. I'm just going to show you now a very, very brief video. I think it's 90 seconds to show you how Kangen water impacts on the drinking it.
Let us see how this type of water affects human blood. The doctor is drawing blood from a patient's finger. Using a special microscope, we shall be able to see the condition of her body from this drop.
These are red blood cells and they've lost their electrical charge, so they're all stuck together in a formation called a rouleau. Here's a huge symplast. Symplasts are associated with heart disease and arthritis and lung disease and many other conditions that could be coming in the future.
The doctor asks the patient to drink a small amount of structured water. After 12 minutes, the doctor again draws blood from the patient and studies it.
So you can see that the cells then become buoyant, they become slippery, and they have their electrical charge, so they repel each other. That allows them to carry oxygen, and it means that we're changing the pH of the blood back to an aerobic environment rather than an anaerobic environment. I think that's utterly amazing that just drinking water could do that.
Oh, Andrea, I think your sound's gone for some reason. Let me just double check.
Oh, sorry, I turned my...
Okay,
Can
no
you hear me
problem.
now? Right, the only reason why I show this slide is because all these people here, this is just a very small percentage of the A-listers what are drinking this water, and I don't one of those people what kind of looks up to them or anything like that, but I'm just thinking that these people, they do get sort of advised on the best products and services what is available to them, and they're all, that's just a very small indication to me that this water is actually the best water out there available to us at the minute, away from a natural spring. Thank you. Can I have the next slide, please? A few facts about it's the only water ionizer what has received the certification of a medical device. It lasts for 15 to 25 years. Most of them have got a sort of a 5-year life, and it's the only one what's been endorsed by the Water Medical Association in Japan. Next slide, please. Right, this one I particularly do like. Have been taught that as you get older, it automatically means a reduction in health, and it doesn't mean that. You know, if we do the right kind of things like Denton has mentioned, there's no reason why we cannot have lifestyles in our old age, just like these people we can see here. There's nothing to stop us, but we have to look at what we're doing and what we're feeding our bodies on an everyday basis. Right. The reason why I mentioned this one as well is because I think the last time I did a little bit of research, we are throwing away over 15 million bottles every single day. And are fortunate enough to have a Kangen device, you do not ever have to go out and buy another, not even one bottled water from the supermarket again, which is harming our earth. Yeah, 15 million. Now, these are the devices. They come in a 4-plate, 2 7-plates. The Anespa is the one which we use for the bathroom. And the reason why we have an Anespa is because even when you are having a bath or a shower, you are still from the water while it's running over your body. So the more plates the device has, the better the quality of water. Thanks, Victoria.
That was just an amazing presentation. Let's get Denton back on.
Thank you.
That was like, wow. Like, I mean, that content was just like, you just don't, nobody told us this in school. um,
No.
and it makes a lot of sense. I mean, for me personally, based on my own experience of how I even feel my skin, I was showing people like my skin before I started drinking the water, and then now, and then people are saying, "Oh, you're looking younger." I mean, I've got a lot of makeup on, so I look a bit, it's heavy, but without my makeup, I just look different. And I remember when I gave some to my neighbor, she's got autoimmune disease, and she constantly had she used to get thrush. I mean, she's had the caniston, everything the doctors gave her. She'd just get this reoccurring thrush on her tongue because of the lupus that she had. And within 48 hours of while she was drinking it, it went. And then obviously, because we got some, since she stopped, as soon as she stopped, it came back. So, we know that this stuff is really powerful. Denton, do you want to add anything?
Well, yeah, I could add something to that. I work in a gym, and there was a guy. He was a worker there, and he's been having headaches for many, many years. And I asked him what he does, what his lifestyle was. Did he drink a lot of water, eat the right kind of food? And he basically said that he drank quite a lot of water because of the way that he sweats a lot and things like that, so he gets dehydrated. But the headaches was persistent. He couldn't sleep at night. So I said to him, I says, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a 5 liter bottle of water, and all I want you to do, don't really drink any other water, just drink that, and you tell me when you see me again how you feel. I didn't want to tell him anything because he asked me why am I drinking this particular water, because I carry it around with me every time. So I just told him it's not like any other water. So when I gave him the water, I says, "You take the water, drink it, and when you've done, come back and tell me." And when he was so amazed, he kind of looked at me and he says, "This water, I never had I had the best sleep, I had energy, I had vigor, right? What is it that you put in the water?" And I said, "I put nothing in the water. It's alkalized live water. That's what I gave you." You know what I mean? So he was dumbfounded, and he says, "I want some more of this." Because it helped him so much. I think what his partner had acid reflux, and she wanted and he gave her some of that water, and the acid reflux just went right. So it has all these different qualities which a lot of people don't realize. It's a good health benefit. I mean, for people to it's another alternative for them to try and see what it does for you, and you will be amazed with this alkalized living water.
Absolutely.
Could I
Mhm.
could I just mention something quickly? There's a doctor in America called Dr. Corrine Allen. She runs a brain clinic, and in this clinic, she treats people who have suffered brain injury. It could be from an accident. Sometimes it's through, when they've been given birth, and it could be people with disabilities. Now, she's since just introducing this water in her clinic, the results of her patients have increased over 30% because of the way that the water impacts on the body. And 2% dehydration of the brain can have an impact on your moods, your sleep, and your memory. So if you think about conditions like depression, and insomnia, and impact on your memory, and I'm not even saying that the water cures these conditions. I'm just saying that if you're fully hydrated, it can only serve to help.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And, I think all of us are here not because of any other agenda, that this message does need to go out. People need to understand you can take power of your own health. We've all had to do it, which is why we're here. And, if you've listened to this or you're watching this on, at any point in time, please do get in contact if you're interested in getting a device, trying the water, seeing, how you can get one. Don't be put off by the price if you are. There's options. We have people that pull together, in families. You can pay monthly so everyone can chip in. There's like different ways of being able to acquire this device. And is it correct that it's like a lifetime device or lifetime guarantee, or you buy one and that's it? You don't need to buy it again.
Yeah. Who's had theirs the longest in the UK has had his for over 40 years.
Right. Okay.
And if could I just add very briefly that there's a lot of water ionizers out there, and is the best, and a lot of them will come in at a cheaper price, and there is a reason for that. The reason being that they are made of lesser quality material. The device has plates in it what are platinum
Mm,
coated, no, sorry, titanium coated in platinum, and you know that these metals are very expensive,
mm, mm.
and it gives you a better conductive with these plates. And
Absolutely.
yeah, there's definitely a reason, but anything in life you'll find that in terms of when there's a monetary cost to it, you'll find that you've got high quality products and you've got products with a lower quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think
It's,
that's really important to remember.
it's,
So what was
yeah,
that
you
then?
see what Andrew was saying. She showed you about these A-listers. The reason why, I mean, they've got money so they can afford the best, yeah.
Mm,
And but we shouldn't put money to our health. We all can afford it. You know what I mean? If you value your health, that shouldn't be a problem. As what you said, Victoria, if you want this machine, all you have to do, if you think it's expensive, people pay things monthly, or if not, get a group of your family together, put two, and it's like a partner. They will buy the machine and they share the water, and the next person in the family gets the machine and they do the same thing. So that's another way of lessen the burden of this expense, because it's not really expense when you think about your life. Your life is
exactly.
more precious, right? And to actually having a device in your own house, on tap, nice water, which I've got here, right? Clean, fresh, live. Like this machine is just a wonderful device. You know what I mean? And I share my water to a lot of people, and their life has changed. Yeah, and some of them have actually bought the machine because they could not how it altered everything about their vigor for life, and it's just that they're amazed, and in the head it's just water, but
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
water is different.
It
That's
it
what
really
it's all
is.
about.
It really
Water.
is.
I was just
So,
wondering, Victoria,
sorry?
I was just wondering if you've got any questions.
Yeah, I mean, what I was going to say to people that are watching on the webinar, put your questions in the chat. I should have mentioned that earlier. I do apologize, but put your questions in the chat. We will respond to them. If not now, you get it via email. So anyone that is watching or watches this, maybe if you're not watching this live and you want a question, just put it in the chat box. We will answer any questions. But better still, book a call with one of the team members there is a link at the bottom to book a call, because any questions that you do have, or if you're interested, we can go over. Well, Andrea, say we. Well, yeah, we are a team. We can go through any questions or find somebody that may be able to help you. But ultimately, the goal is to get everybody healthy and fit at whatever means necessary, and we'll help. Like we'll help. Andrea provided me with water. Denton does, and we're all like here to help humanity be better and be healthier. So we don't want to keep you too long, guys. We know this is like a long webinar. It's gone on for about just under an hour. I know it's a lot of information to take in, but we are here. So I urge you, if you want to like learn more, discuss more, see how you can get hold of some water or get a machine, there's a link below that says book a call. Book a call in with Andrea or Denton or myself. One of us will contact you, and we can go through anything, any questions, show you how you can get a device for yourself, and also, let's spread the word, guys, because they ain't going to teach you this in the news or in school, and most people are there scrolling through the internet. Time and health, at some point we're all going to have health challenges. That's just life. But we can prevent and reduce the effects by just maintaining ourselves, and that's what we want to promote. So thank you everybody who watched and joined us. As I said, do book in your call. We will respond to you, or in the chat box if you have any questions, it will come to our email. But thank you everybody for joining, and let's stay healthy. Let's take care of our health, and yeah, all the best. All right
Thank
then.
you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thank you.